Hey everybody, Phil Easy here. Today I'm going to take you through how to split your wood. Easy, simple way. I've been splitting wood by hand for 15, 16 years now. I process about 5 cords a year to heat our house. It's all heated with wood. I try not to use any other source of heat. And I thought I'd take you through some of the things I've learned over the years, some of the tips and tricks, Phil Easy style. First thing I like to think about before I get splitting is my safety gear. Um, for me, it's really important to wear boots, even if it's summertime. If you have steel toes, those are preferable. If not, please covered footwear of some sort. Don't do it in bare feet. You may have seen people doing that online, but I wouldn't recommend it. Nor in sandals. The last thing you need is an injury when you're trying to get your wood processed. It really slows down that process. And so footwear is good. I wear pants even in the summer. Again, for the reasons of just, you never know when the axe is going to deflect slightly, and you swing it enough times, it's probably going to happen. I've never actually hit myself with the axe. I've had pieces of wood fly back at me and things and hit my shins, so I'm glad to wear the pants just to protect my skin more than anything. I wear gloves. Not everybody likes to wear gloves. For me, I've gotten used to them. I can grip just fine. Picking up the wood, very rarely would I get splinters. And when dealing with some of the sappier woods like fir, I won't get the sap on my hands, get my hands all sappy and dirty that way. Then I work up to my safety glasses. Again, things can fly up, little pieces, wood chips, whatever. Again, the last thing you want is eye injury, getting something in your eye and having some sort of issue with that. So that's really just what I wear when I chop my wood. And the next thing that I think about is what I use for my axe. I've tried a lot of different things over the years. This one was my go-to for a lot of years. This is called a splitting maul. It's wide, got the axe on the one end and sort of a big maul on the other end. This happens to be an 8-pound one. They come in different weights. I liked it because I liked the workout of splitting wood, and I don't know, I've now moved over to an axe here that I use, and this thing is so much better. It gets through the wood easier, it's lighter, I can swing it faster, it's just easier. So yeah, mauls are good, not for me at this point. The axe is where I like to go and what I like to use. So now I'll take you through some demos of the actual chopping and what I think about as I'm doing it. So think about your area. You want to keep it clear of tripping hazards. I like to use the wooden chopping block. You can use the ground. I've found that with the ground, the wood gets dirtier and your axe will swing through, and depending on what's underneath, I have some gravel in here, I'll dull my axe really quick. So I like to, even though it takes the extra effort of lifting up each piece, I like to get them up onto the block themselves and split them that way. So here's how I like to swing my axe. I will start in a wide position, but by the end of the swing, when the axe is hitting the block, it's going to be in a closed position, both hands down at the end. So I'm going to start wide. Again, my legs will be a little bit wide apart in case there's a deflection. I'm going to come up, over, down. And I'm not really holding on too tight with my top hand. I use it more to guide and to provide some force. I used to, when I was splitting with the maul, the really heavy ones I'd almost have to throw straight up and then just come down. And you might want to do that at first till you get your aim really good. Wide hand, straight up, come down. Give it to you from this side. Hopefully that gives you a good visual of how I swing the axe and try to minimize the amount of effort and force that goes into it. So whenever I pick up a piece of wood, I look at the end of it. What I'm looking for is checking or a crack or a split. If you see one anywhere, split down that line. It's going to make your life a lot easier. I keep my legs wide, so it would look like this. So if I do happen to miss or come off the side, I'm able to not swing right into my shin. I put one leg forward, but you'll get your technique like that. Grab another piece, find your crack, some pieces are big enough that you'll split them a couple times. It's easier to work with dry wood for the most part, so I let it dry in the sun for at least a few weeks. With time, your aim will get a lot better. Just keep looking for those cracks as you go. Set your wood in the right spot. This is a fresher piece of wood, and this is a different piece of wood. It happens to be fir. I harvest all the wood from our property, so I take whatever I have. A lot of it's pine. It doesn't burn, it burns quickly. Part of why I need 5 cords, I think. So I thought I would show you chopping a larger piece of wood. One thing I forgot to mention on the smaller wood is that when you're chopping, the wood is usually going to, when it splits, fly to the 2 sides. It won't fly in front of you, and it won't fly directly back at you usually. So if you ever have anyone nearby around you, do not let them stand on either side. They should stand facing you and well back if they want to watch. So again, I look for the crack. This is a bigger one. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up hitting at the edge. If that doesn't split it right through, then I'll do another one, and I'll keep going up, and I'm going to create a line across the whole thing, and that'll be what wedges it apart in the end. And you can see when I hit it, it cracked a little bit more in a certain zone, so I watch for that, and I will sometimes follow that up. Yeah, you can see it really good now. It's starting to want to split right through there. So I'm not going to chop over here at all. I'm going to just take a shot here, maybe there. There we go. First chop, 3 hits. And then pick your half up, whatever it might be. And for me, start splitting them. Turn it, find a crack, split it. Think about the size. I like some big ones, I like some little ones. I also like to split a bit in the winter when I'm not doing as much physical activity, so having a few big ones isn't necessarily bad. I will usually split on the outside of the tree. I found it's easier than splitting from the inside for some reason. So there you go. There's splitting a bigger piece and how I tend to handle those ones. So there's all the axe swinging and wood chopping that I have for you today. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you're into gardening or anything like that, check out some of my other videos. I do a lot of videos on how-tos and mostly to do with growing vegetables at this point. So check me out if you can, subscribe if you want, and we'll see you guys again soon. Take care. Bye.